I definitely feel like it's really important, especially for new partners like ourselves, just to get a better understanding of the internal workings and what's driving the big machinery that is Cricket South Africa. So for us as sponsors to have a better understanding of the internal working structures, things that are being implemented, corporate governance policies that are being followed, it gives us great confidence in the management of Cricket South Africa, and as custodians of the cricket game, we're very proud to be associated with CSA.
Well, there's no doubt it's beneficial, and certainly in my new role where I'm not permanently working on the sponsorship side, there's a lot of stuff happening and evolving in cricket, and I realise that when I hear you guys talk, how much work you're doing as a rights holder, how you've progressed, and what opportunities that presents for us as a sponsor.
The focus over the last year or two was very much about re-engineering our setup. We've completed that, and we're in a happy position. It's far more appropriate now about talking about one team working together, all of the stakeholders, the sponsors and Cricket South Africa in particular. So we thought building on the back of what the Proteas are doing at the national team level in terms of gelling a powerful team, we think we can build on that and equally run this theme of building team.
If you think about the theme being teamwork this year, I think it's quite important. Not a lot of businesses are growing a hell of a lot in these tough economical times. What you find is that the ability to collaborate will make our rand go a lot further. I think that's very important. And so it's important that it also happens within the framework of Cricket SA, so that whatever that we do, we have an understanding of what is the bigger goal. Like the stuff that was shared by Corey this morning, it was quite fascinating.
I think it's really important for me to understand exactly what is happening in cricket in South Africa from a consumer perspective. So who is involved in cricket, who's playing the sport, who's watching the sport, and what is our diversity within it, and then to understand the role that I can play and what KFC as a brand can play within Cricket South Africa and within developing it. So it's a really important forum from that perspective to really immerse ourselves in cricket and understand what's going on.
Well, the actual cricket team has got to operate as a team. It's made up of lots of individuals, but they've got to operate as a team. And it's the same when it comes to the actual sponsors. Together, they've all got to operate as a team. And when they do, in conjunction with the actual cricket team, it makes magic. It really does.
I think the key takeaway for us is that there is opportunities outside of what is typically utilised within the sports marketing framework. Cricket South Africa, being the organisation that they are, have created platforms for brands like New Balance to really capitalise on a way of dealing with the public and approaching the public, making the Protea players accessible to the public, and that brand message is something that really resonates strongly with New Balance. We have a very similar philosophy in that regard. So I guess the key takeaway for me is that CSA are definitely on the right track. They've got the right people managing and taking care of cricket. We're confident that over the term of our relationship that we will definitely get full value for the investment we've made.
The relationship has been helping us to connect with our consumers, and I think that's more importantly. But I think it's the underlying that as a South African corporate, it is our ability to be able, through sport and through Cricket SA, demonstrate our strength as a corporate citizen in terms of the SA in SAB still stands for South Africa, and passion that we have as a corporate for this country. This is one way we're using to develop the community and the society.
So that being said, one of the important things about these 2 days is the fact that we can spend a lot of time with Cricket South Africa and the people that work there. Otherwise it can become quite impersonal, in the sense that we all sit in our offices and get on with our day jobs and forget who the other people are on the other side of the fence. So it's really good from that perspective for spending time together, sharing ideas and potentially coming up with better ideas through that process as well.
Well, what's interesting is some people think that swimming is a solo sport. They see me dive into the water in the North Atlantic and in the Arctic and the Antarctic, think, okay, it's a solo sport. Nothing could be further from the truth. I have to choose my team, and I go through a lot of different criteria. And the same with cricket. People are looking for certain things. They're looking for batsmen, they're looking for bowlers, they're looking for all-rounders, they're looking for leaders. They're looking for all different things. I'm doing the same when I choose my team. The most important thing I'm looking for is I'm looking for a really good attitude. There's nothing can change a team which is in difficulties than a really good attitude. And so I always look for what I call realistic optimists, people who say, this is going to be tough, we're absolutely in a cauldron of fire now, but we can pull ourselves out of it. It's saved me many times.
I think communications improved dramatically in the last short while. I think your structures, your pipeline planning, so those are very operational things. And something I've spoken to you guys a lot about in the past is building the brand. No one really gets the value of marketing. It's seen as a nice to do, but actually as a rights holder in sport, it's actually all you've got. You don't have a factory, you don't have a physical product that you sell. You actually have a brand, and you don't really invest in it. And that's the greatest opportunity that Cricket South Africa has, or any rights holder for that matter.
I think we must never stand still. So even though we think we've reached the pinnacle of what we want to do, that might have been the goal a year or two back. We've got to sit back, refresh ourselves, look for new targets into the future. We've got to continuously raise the bar. And it's these sorts of sessions that will bring out some new ideas for us, and we've got to set that as future goals.